Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is Drago. It is that time of year once again, and we get into Spooktober. I know I haven't really made super amounts of content for this year, but we gotta continue the tradition, and every year I do a ranking of one franchise. Previous years have been like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. This year is Chucky. It's going to be ranking all of the movies, and I also did watch all of the TV show, and I'm just going to put the TV show all together as like one thing and not separate it out. So let's get into this ranking. So at number 9, I have the Chucky TV series. I think my main complaint with this is because each episode is 40 plus minutes long. I think there's just a lot of time wasted here, and I think we could have condensed things down. You could have made a cool movie out of each of the seasons if you just condensed things down quite a bit. I do think there's generally some cool ideas within this series, but then there is just some interesting choices, to say the least. And also just certain characters get treated so terribly for this series. Number 8 is Seed of Chucky. Obviously, this is the movie that gets dunked on quite a bit for the Chucky movies. And yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in this movie. I don't really even want to fully say what Chucky is doing in this movie to, have his kid and all that, and what they're doing with Jennifer Tilly in this movie. I think this movie in particular and the Chucky TV series also just don't have Chucky feel scary to me, and it felt like just pure comedy, particularly this movie and that series. And that's honestly a common complaint I feel with Chucky, is I don't really feel intimidated by him out of like the first 3 movies. At number 7, I'm going to put the Child's Play remake, which it is kind of funny that this movie is essentially Megan. This movie did not so great, and Megan did really well except for the sequel. And honestly, I do think it is a decent idea for a movie. I like the kind of robot glitched out AI version here. I just think it would have worked so much better not being Chucky, because I think actually if you take away the name Chucky from it and just don't even have any reference to that, I think it is a pretty dang good movie. But you just can't think about that element, I guess. It's also just super weird that you have the main Chucky, which has not been rebooted at all, and then you just have this off on the side trying to be its own thing, which imagine this actually did super duper well, to where you have that Chucky and this one going at the same time. It'd be kind of crazy. Number 6, I'm putting Bride of Chucky. I do not really remember any of the human characters from this movie at all. Really, I only remember that Chucky and Tiffany are going like on a road trip. That was kind of cool for this whole movie. And I think actually Tiffany's introduction here is pretty darn good, and I do actually probably like her the best in this movie, and her relationship with Chucky in this movie in particular. Later, their relationship's a bit weirder, but I think it's probably the best here. At number 5, I'm putting Cult of Chucky. Honestly, Cult and Curse kind of go super together, because those movies really do take place like right after one another. So honestly, if you watch those two back to back, like really cool, would definitely add to your experience. I think when you're just watching Cult by itself, a little bit lesser if you don't have that curse behind it. Cult definitely does drop a few things, because like you drop the cliffhanger ending of Curse, but I do like that you get like the multiple different Chuckies and kind of personalities in this, and kind of has people going crazy on how Chucky's swapping himself. I think outside of Nika and maybe the one guy that's kind of got the multiple personalities, I think the rest of the characters in this movie are kind of not the greatest. I guess Andy's pretty good too. And I think for the multiple Chucky thing, I think this is where it was at least minimal and not so insanely crazy compared to like when we get to the Chucky TV series is where there's a bajillion Chuckies now, which takes us into number 4, which is Curse of Chucky, which is literally leading into the last movie. I genuinely do like that this was kind of almost a soft reboot to where it's like, okay, we're going to try and make him scary again. And there's some really good scenes in this movie, particularly like the soup scene, really good, suspenseful, which honestly doesn't really get paid off. Like, no one particularly dies from the soup, and it's a car accident instead. But generally, like, the tone in this movie, I really dug, and Nika being introduced in this one, and honestly, Andy and her are such good leads. At number 3, I'm going to put Child's Play 3, which is very fitting. Honestly, I don't mind the military setting for this movie. I think it's actually kind of cool and actually leads to some cool scenes, particularly with like Chucky swapping the bullets. I think that's pretty cool. But I also do like that you get added characters in this that, you know, help out Andy, and I like his group of friends that he makes in this. And at number 2, I'm putting Child's Play 2, which is also matching. I think Andy's foster home, very cool. Was it Kyle was introduced in this one, which later makes her appearance in the Chucky TV show again. I like that it's basically still a direct continuation of the first movie, and also Child's Play 3 was also continuing off of this movie. But I like that even the little kid Andy is like actually quite smart, and knowing that Chucky is a bad dude and how to avoid him. Kind of cool to get like a kid protagonist in that way. The whole end warehouse stuff is super duper cool. Finally, at number 1, my favorite of the Chucky movies is Child's Play 1, the original. Honestly, I think this one just super cool in the tone, and just like, is Chucky actually real, or is it just this little kid killing people? But I think he's the most scary in this movie out of all of them, in my opinion. Honestly, for myself, I think after this movie, I don't really feel super intimidated by Chucky. Pretty much everyone in this movie is great. Like, I love the mom character, I love the detective character that joins along, and Andy is insanely good as a little kid actor. Like, dang, dude, that kid was really good in this movie. I think it was also better to have Chucky, at least in this movie, kind of be more in suspense as to what's going on, and you're not fully seeing him or what he's doing, to kind of leave it ambiguous, and when he actually shows up, then like make it a bigger deal. Because I think every movie after this one, you already know Chucky is this living doll, so they don't have to hide it anymore. And this movie, they at least hit it a little bit. So what are your guys' rankings of the Chucky movies? Leave it in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a happy Halloween/Spooktober. Thank you for watching, and this is Drago, signing out.